Ta-da.
Welcome to the Sanctuaries of the Earth Mother board meeting. It is May 13th, and we welcome everyone here. More to come. Let's all take a nice deep breath together once Jim has his eyes focused on us.
He is. He's looking at the computer. Wait, which has.
Now,
I'm looking at it because I got them both on.
well, wonderful. And let's maybe just put our hands on our beautiful, big beating hearts. And just take one moment to feel that heartbeat.
Oh, hell, I can't find it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Feel your breath expand into that heartbeat, into that hand. Blessed be these beautiful hands that do so much work in this world. The internal and external work, breathing it in and letting all things go that may have happened before this moment. Imagining the fire within you being stoked with every breath. Your feet planted and rooting from wherever you are through the floor down into Mother Earth. Letting all things flow down to her. We welcome this beautiful day and this beautiful group of humans with the intention to be in harmony with our Earth Mother and share that message of the old ways and weave a new way of harmony, of living and being in symbiosis with our Earth Mother. Thank each and every one of you from the doorway in to the doorway out for all of the love you bring, for all of the special talents you bring, for your skills and your mind and your heart and the ability to come into balance between them so your voice can be strong and we can be strong with our voices and our actions together. Asking Spirit to guide this meeting today as spirit-driven, heart-led, earth-based journey to collaborate and weave together beautiful programming and education and opportunities and ways in which we can all step forward in this world in a good way, expanding our community, expanding our hearts. Let our minds and hearts be alchemized together to guide us in surrendering and trusting into where this collaboration and curation will flow. Welcoming the energies of the spring, watering all of the seeds that have been planted this winter and these years as Sodom has grown. Knowing that the grounds are fertile and will blossom with the medicine that we need to share in that good way, internally and externally. We ask for beautiful, open-hearted, open-minded communication. I'm just grateful for this life and the energies of the sun and the moon, powering us, driving our emotions to flow as they need, knowing that we are all here for each other to support in this web of life. Thank you, to all my relations.
Oh.
Oh.
Oops. Okay.
So why don't we go around for a moment and just briefly give your name, where you are, what your mission is in collaborating and here in the sanctuaries of the Earth Mother, and maybe what your personal practice is to stay grounded and connected on the daily. Sound good?
Yep, just keep them short, like a few minutes.
Yep.
Although there's
Okay.
not as many as we thought, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, I'll give a little
Yeah.
bird whistle when your time has 1 minute left.
Gotta love it.
um,
Mm.
all right, Grey Wolf, start us off.
Right now, I'm not sure who the hell I am. Okay, so Jim Grey Wolf, founding member from way back when, which doesn't mean anything except that's what it was. Why am I here? To pass things on to my kids and my grandkids, and our current population as well, to get through what's happening right now, to create together in community. And now with everybody showing up and all the pieces, it's becoming a bigger and bigger effort, and that's good. And that's it. You know who I am and what I am.
Your daily practice to stay connected and grounded in the mission.
Outside, nature.
Mhm.
That's it. It changes every day.
There we go. Oh, thank you.
Hmm.
And I'm Shemaine Nicole Morejon, Cuban, Sicilian, Hungarian ancestry. And on this council, I'm secretary, and I'm also a space curator with background in interior architecture and design, and also my first career as a body worker. And that is one of my deepest missions, is working through the senses from the body to the atmosphere to aura. And yeah, why I'm here in sanctuaries is because I had a vision as well, but right before I met Jim, to curate sanctuary spaces and build earthen sanctuary spaces throughout the world. Because this world is shifting through some serious revolution, and I want to be part of that growth and that rebirthing process. So wanted to gain community to expand that mission. And my daily practice, breathing. It's always a good one. Cultivate the chi, the life force. Movement with my feet on the ground and the sun on my face. And currently now I am working in landscaping. And so every day I am digging in the soil and learning different ways to about regenerative agriculture. So yeah, and also receiving body work. That's very important. I got a little neck massage before this meeting, so that was nice. And that is I. Aho.
Oh, oh.
And then why don't we do Charlie, because I've seen your face here before, and then Jing.
And where are you? I didn't.
Oh, good question. I'm in Taos, New Mexico.
Oh, Taos, beautiful. I love Taos. Awesome.
Yeah, where the desert meets the mountains.
It's
Wild.
amazing. Yeah, it's a magical place.
And the
Uh-huh.
sky meets the land, and the wind oh, sorry.
Ah,
I'm Charlie Orr. I'm here in the village of Oak Creek, Sedona, right by Bell Rock and Courthouse in the backyard on the National Forest. And I'm a homesteader, and I'm here just to create with family and create the traditional ancient space of love and nature with humans, and just be as simple as possible. Just kind of back to normal. And I my daily practice is like gym, just get outside. I have a nice garden, so I like to go and just talk to the plants and water the plants. And if it's not gardening, just keep it barefoot and out in nature walking. And some sacred tobacco too is used once in a while to tap in, which has been helpful lately when I need to get a good ground in. And that's about it.
Beautiful. And what brought you?
Mhm.
Yeah, great. Perfect. Thank you. And then Enching, the
Hello.
potential new board member. So would love to hear from you and nice to see you again
Nice to see
after
you.
Crestone.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Yeah, my name's Enching. Wow, I totally forgot the first question. I was just listening. Well, I'll go off what I remember. I think yeah, I met him looking for a sweat lodge, and what he's created here. I think and feel that it's to create a space for people to connect to nature and their hearts. And so my heart has guided me here to Sedona for reasons still unfolding. And I just got out of New York City after being there for about 6.5 years. Yeah, so my wellness studio, yeah, the right person came at the right time, which was interesting. Yeah, and so yeah, so I wanted to be here for a couple of years now, and now I'm finally here, and it's pretty exciting. And I'll be so my current practice is shifting, but right now it's being nature and doing Tai Chi, breathing, meditation. Those are some yeah, some daily ones I do. And did I did I answer most of it? Did I miss anything?
Yep. What's your blood type?
I think I'm negative.
That was perfect. Yeah. So it sounds like we're all here to connect with family to curate these spaces where we can weave a new way of living together and bring wellness and nature in connection to the people in harmony with our plants and animals and elements and traditional ways of ceremony and in between. Love it.
Sounds beautiful.
Sounds good.
Perfect. Then I will pass it on to, I think what we have for the agenda today is talking about land and community partnership and open to any new business, any new products, any new programs that each of us might be doing in our own endeavors that we want to share. And that's pretty much it. This is really based on that land and community partnership. And Jim, was Jose supposed to join us tonight or no? Okay, cool. Then, yeah, then I'll pass it off to Jim and we'll discuss maybe vision and strategy with our land partnerships.
Okay, so I'm not sure Deborah was going to be on, but she's not. So I guess it's up to Charlie and I to carry this part.
And that was like the land
Okay.
strategy.
Yeah, yeah. Talk a little bit about what we're doing. And I just heard from Jerry. He's in the middle of traffic, so he's trying to get on. So hopefully he'll be on. I don't know about the others, but we'll just see. Let's just work it. So where do we start, Charlie? There's so much going on with this.
I mean, we already have a lot of like people that own land, that have land, and they're starting, communities. So it's really starting and it's popping up.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
our big job is to continue that, work with our friends who have the land, and then get funding to keep expanding and to get new properties and just to get. I think the most important thing that we really have to have is a working prototype. It's easy and simple where you can show people It's not super crazy expensive and weird. It's straightforward. We have a beautiful community space. We have our geothermal greenhouses. We're growing food, and we're living in harmony. And that's really, I think, what we really need is just one like cohesive community, or a few. I mean, just
Yeah.
just a template. And I think a lot of people are starting that, and so many people are motivated. I just went out on Saturday to Churia in Ash Fork, Arizona, and they just purchased 160 acres out there. That's beautiful, and they have the exact same template, that we all have, or super similar template. So it's happening.
Yeah, I think you're right. For here, I don't even know how many properties we have involved now, but it's at least a dozen. And others that
Wow.
were others that were looking to get involved. So, boy, yeah, oh, hey, Christina.
Hey,
Maybe we
Christina.
will, let's call in Chris, welcome.
Thank
Let's
you.
take a nice deep breath together so she can land in with us. Thank you for joining us. Let us know, we just did a little bit of intro, so we'll just go back so we can properly bring you into the circle, and sending a lot of blessings your way. And so tell us who you are, where you are, and
What you are.
what's bringing, yeah, that could be multidimensional.
Uh-huh.
What's bringing you to Sodom and sanctuaries with our mission, and what's your daily practice to connect and ground?
Okay. Am I on? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That was a lot. There was a lot of information that you just wanted from me. I'm here. I've been, involved with Sodom for a while now. Just looking to be part of a tribe and to create the new earth in a community of people that are like-minded and conscious. I don't really have any labels that I go by. I'm a human, and I have a lot of children, and I'm honored to be their mother. And yeah, just kind of dropping into that space right now. So I don't really have anything more to say. I just kind of want to see where you guys are at. I've missed a couple meetings. I've been pretty busy, a lot of life happening, and getting a lot of creative expression out. And so haven't really been present, which I apologize for. But holding the space energetically for you guys, and just kind of keeping the dream and the vision going in the meantime.
Cool. Good.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
You. And welcome, Ramit. We will tune you in, and a proper hello when you get home safely. Wonderful. So we were just talking about, there are about 12 properties that and people on them who are stewarding the land and want to weave into the mission here.
So the vision, I think the overall vision, Charlie hit it pretty well. There's different properties have different goals. So like here, the sanctuary. Okay, it's our sanctuary is the Earth Mother home base. It's a place for education and ceremony primarily, I think. There's land we're looking at that would be multi-use. There's pieces Charlie's brought into the picture that would have the gardening and the food aspect, which if anyone has gone to the market lately, you realize how important that is, since you have to take out a second mortgage to buy the weekly food. There's others that are be focused on just ceremony. Some are there to be educational aspects. It's going to be very diverse, I think, and each property does not have to be the same. There's at least one piece where we hope to bring in our indigenous brothers and sisters, because that's the headwaters of the Verde River on that property. And I reached out today actually and talked to Daniel Ramos to get the Havasupai in. I'm sorry, the Yavapai in to be a part of this. So it's literally happening every day, what's going on here. And it's not something we can control, I don't think. Charlie, speak up if I misspeak. But it's something we have to allow to happen and embrace and take advantage of opportunities. We were at a meeting about a week ago, and this fellow showed up who said he has great contacts with people with a lot of money. Now, Deb and I have been trying to track him down, and we can't. But I think the message was clear. We got to put it together, like Charlie said, in a simple form. I'm working on just a boilerplate to distribute to people and get it out there. There's a lot of people out there who would fund this. I know it. All the super rich are not all conservatives. Some of them really care about the planet. So that's my 2 cent speech. Yeah.
Um,
Done.
one thing is let's just like when we want to speak, just like passing the talking stick, let's just raise our hand. Sometimes people can't find the little hand thing on there, so we'll just raise it.
And I'm on my phone. I can't see it anyway. So yeah, that's good.
Okay. Yeah, is anyone here in the farmers market now, like taking food to the market and selling from their land?
I do. Yeah, I go to the farmers market
Okay.
every Saturday in Flagstaff.
Cool.
I used to be a big mushroom producer, but now I just do like mostly extracts and medicine and different like specialty items. But yeah, oh yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Excuse me.
Oh, there's Chris. Awesome. Great.
Chris who?
Sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Taos
to
is
get
really starting to. We had a winter market the whole winter, which was awesome, and now we just are having our first summer farmers market this Saturday, and yeah, we just have so much, so many people sharing good food, and I'm wondering if you guys have a local co-op in Sedona too that has the farmers and stuff
Oh,
around. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, we haven't. We're in the bigger
We could do a lot
scale.
better.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we could do way better. We have some small local markets that are okay, but we don't have any, really like legitimate co-ops. And
Yeah.
they still consider it a food desert in this region, which is totally unnecessary. Like we gotta go way beyond that because we can grow tons of food and
Yeah.
be way better.
Hey, I'm raising my hand. I don't know.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There's like a crop share program for sure with some local farms in Camp Verde and in Sedona and even in Prescott. And I have friends up in Paulden, and I just actually visited their land this weekend, and I got some plants from them. And they have a beautiful operation up there. If anyone ever wants to come with me and see what they're doing, and it's completely you know, bubblegum and shoestring budget type thing. But they've done amazing with their land in Paulden. They are like for real homesteaders, and I adore the family personally. And they only have 7 acres, but they've done a lot with it, and they do cob buildings and yeah, they're always producing their own food. I would say probably 50% of their food for their
Wow.
family. But they're a really inspiring family. Charles, you might have met Landon at one of the. So they're wonderful, and they're doing it all on their own, and harvesting their own water, and very sustainable. Yeah, so there are people doing it that kind of don't really like to showcase it. It's kind of, off grid, being for real off grid, and not really promoting it in that way. But definitely people to like aspire to be like I just go to kind of see like what they're doing and kind of get an idea, because on my land I only have an acre. And it was only in 2020, when all the crap went down, when I got nervous about like the food supply, and we probably grew the most that year. and I'm trying to like start back doing that and having a little bit less ceremonies and focusing more on growing and I have my greenhouse and just getting more legit with my own food so that I could, even if it's just like artichokes, just providing artichokes so that maybe I could share that crop and trade off, you know, in the future.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think that's key. As these properties come together, determining what each is or wants to be. So we cover the whole spectrum. And right now it's pulling together these properties and understanding it and then acquiring some of these others. I was hoping Deborah would be here, but she may still make it. Deborah's also a water protector, like most of us. A lot of the water protectors, even the ones in my big groups, are now finally moving to it's not just about water. It's got to be about water and land and air. It's the whole enchilada now. And especially as we're under attack, all the resources are desperately under attack. So I think that's a key part. That's our educational piece for right now, I believe,
Mhm.
to get that clear. As we move along, those of us in this group will continue to do the documents, we'll continue to welcome people in, and then we have to reach out. We need the money to make these things happen. Shami, go ahead.
Yeah, and something we don't need money for is just to start, you know, like going to these lands and seeing if we can interview and, you know, see
Yeah.
what people are doing, what systems they have in place. And that is something that feels exciting for me, is sharing of that knowledge of like, how are you planting water? We're totally have people planting water here too. It's like we have this desert climate, but there's
Mhm.
so much access to water underground that has just you know, centuries ago it was plowed for sheep herding and different things, and now it's like we have a mesa, but before it was lush forest. And um yeah, like there's quite a few people who have turned their desert landscape into lush, growing, flourishing, regenerative forests. And I agree that that is like, to me, feels like a huge education piece and mission to weave. Um, and then I wanted to ask you, Christina, again, just for our notes too, like where was the land that you're speaking of that's planting water and whatnot?
It is up in Paulden. Yeah, and another thing too is they've really learned how to work their soil, which that's been my issue on my land. I had horses and we were trying to create our own compost, and I mean, we really didn't really know what we were doing, and are kind of independent thinkers and just always trial by error kind of people. And so our soil has always been a huge issue, but they like have a whole system with like these specific Siberian, Charles probably knows the name of the plant, but there's these bushes that they planted specifically to help with the soil, and little methods like that that go a long way in this, you know, this land that we're all trying to grow on, unless you're on irrigation, you know, and it's really really challenging. So yeah.
I don't know why, Christine, I don't know why growing is a problem for you. You can grow goat's heads like no one I've ever seen.
I know. I mean, they're doing their magic, those goat heads. They're
Yep.
like they're trying to help my soil, you know. Um and I have less this year because I learned how to attack them back. So when I get stabbed in the foot, I just like I bite on them and then I spit out the pricker and throw them back onto the earth. And so we've developed a new kind of relationship with the goat heads. But yeah, and weed like galore. But that's the thing. It's like those. It's like accidental. Like weed just like throws seeds, and there's weed everywhere. And I'm just trying to figure out right now what really wants to grow here, because I have a lot of invasive plants, which to me it's better than nothing. I have to be honest. I know some people might be very annoyed by that, but like I'm like, you know, all
Off
for
with your head.
anything that will grow. I will grow it for shade and to help with just, you know, the soil. So
Mhm.
Can
Yeah.
I share something?
Please, who is it? Oh, Ramid, hi.
Hi. I just want to throw a name out there. A person in Sedona. His name is Mark. He has he holds the quantum Sedona Quantum community. He also holds the ultra light mission and another mission, and he just invested in a big 30-acre property close to Cottonwood between Sedona, Desert Rose. He's quite an investor. I was able to get to know him personally. He is into all very much healing and land and restoration. And so I don't know if you've heard of Mark, Jim. I don't know if he might be somebody.
Yeah, I have. There's a lot of people out there. The time now is to get it to them. You're right. And one thing we talked about in our land group here was putting something together and taking it out and
Yeah.
scheduling some educational events.
Yeah, because okay, so if you come to, I was on Monday's Quantum Circle, and it's a circle where people can share their projects and also empower their projects. So when I was there, I talked about my personal healing project, but they also had a presenter like yourself, Jim, talking about like a passion project of healing and coming together. So it might be worthwhile if one of these Mondays you can come out with
Yeah,
me and we present to
sure.
Mark and to all the people. And also, I was meeting with Mark the other day for dinner, and it feels like what I'm feeling is like the possibility of us co-creating and coming together with people that are already doing these things as you've been already doing, and like having this one big massive conscious Sedona like initiative with Sodom and all these things. So it's a possibility because he's doing
That's
similar visioning and
yeah.
very human. So
That's what's
that might,
evolving. That's definitely what's evolving, and it's splintering out. We have Jose who wants to be involved with the connections he has, which are in Colorado and Central America. So yeah, I mean that is what's happening, and we are going to be a hub right here. There's no question. We've talked about it when we meet. It's just we have all the ingredients here,
yeah.
including including the will. So we'll just I'm going to reach, we're trying to do a lot of things in this meeting. I'm going to reach out to Enching, and Enching, tell us your vision of what something like this would look like and where.
Hello, everybody. I'm in Ching.
Hi, Inche.
Hmm. Hello. Yeah, I mean, for me, my background is in uh, let's say movement, fascia work, biogeometry, which is what I think will really help the project, whatever we're doing in the future with the land. It's very exciting. So yeah, I've been studying that for the last 4 or 5 years and practicing biogeometry as well for mainly for my clients, not and also my spaces. So biogeometry essentially is a form of, well, it's a ways to use shapes, numbers, colors to harmonize a space to create more harmonizing and centering energy. It can be used on the soils too. And it can be used on water. They grew sweet potatoes out of salt water by using biogeometry. So, so that's not possible. You can't grow anything out of salt water. So, but they were able to harmonize the water enough to grow sweet potato. It's like it's all done. So it's pretty fascinating. So, I mean, my vision is just, I mean, my part is just to kind of share, things that I've learned that could support Mother Earth and creating more harmony and yeah, and centering to and yeah, for our environment and our bodies as well, because we are the environment and our environment is us. So that's my perspective of what I see, just creating that harmony and that connection between us and the environment to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that that feels really connected, right? Like I really what I mainly feel is like it would be really sweet to visit, Charlie's land and Christina's land and do some bio harmonizing on their properties to start that experimentation and put that into practice in these land projects.
Yeah,
That's
and we've got a great opportunity to go on some of these parcels and do some ceremony too. I'm thinking especially, I've been working with Deborah so we can get on that land in near Prescott and do some ceremony there to open it up to the rest of what's going on. That's a key piece because if they do what they want to with that, they're going to steal all that water for more building, more Prescott Valley. And then in like 20 years, the Verde River would be empty. And those are scary options. That won't, especially here in the desert.
Mhm. Can I share something fun that I learned today while I was working in the soil? So I didn't so the woman had me tilling the soil, but she wanted me to
Yeah.
add in all of this wool, this sheep wool that was all leftover from processing. So sometimes it's mixed with a lot of like manure and stuff, right? And I didn't realize that you could mix the wool with the soil and it creates A, water retention, B, air, it keeps the soil aerated, which we would need in our soils. Like Christina, you're speaking to your soil, right? And like a lot of it is like that dense clay that packs in. So the wool helps create space and aeration. And then it also adds nutrients back into the soil when it composts and decomposes. So that was like a really interesting thing that I learned. And here in Taos, there's like a agriculture center and they give like huge trash bags of it for like $10. So
Wow.
it's yeah, so that was really that's like my fun thing, new thing I learned today. And Charlie, sounds like you were like, "Yep, knew that."
Mm.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, wool's amazing. Feathers too. Feathers are like the best of the best. Wool and
Oh,
feathers are like amazing for your soil. Yeah.
well,
Oh,
yeah. Feathers are also spiritual, so they do double job.
Mhm.
Right.
What about I just put my hand up and talk at the same time. What about copper? Have you guys worked with copper in your soil? I still haven't really done that other than throwing pennies.
I do a grounding rod and then do a copper wire around the garden, and that's real helpful.
Oh,
Definitely.
cool.
Mm.
Neat.
I've
Well,
heard of people who use copper in their gardens and they swear by it, but I haven't felt that in
yeah.
practice myself.
I tried it once, and truthfully, I didn't see much effect. But I know other people who say it's been awesome.
I
So
like
I
that
don't
you're
know.
just throwing pennies though. That's
Yeah.
I think
Keep
Oh,
throwing
I
them.
think
I'll
I think
come. I'll come to
silver's
call.
good too. I think
what's
copper
that?
and silver. And if you
Yeah,
got
please
gold,
send
use gold.
Yeah, that's true. Throw some
it.
gold out there.
Heck yeah.
Throw gold and tell me where you're throwing it.
Right.
Give me a gold fillings.
Yeah, right. Exactly. All right. So I see Jerry and Christopher both came on. Either of you have anything to share or listening up or what are you doing?
And welcome.
Personally,
And
thank
welcome.
you,
Yeah.
thank you. Can everybody hear me?
Yep. You're good.
Okay. Yeah, I'm actually driving on my way back to Texas. I'm beginning my 17-hour journey, and I'm just listening right now and paying attention to the traffic.
Yeah, please. Cool. Jerry's a new board member as we reform once again. So it's yeah, everything is growing here too. So we did here's another quickie. There was a piece of property out there. It's was it 1,000 acres, Charlie?
Yeah, Eden Springs, right?
Yeah, and it is not sold yet. And Deborah talked to the guy. He's gone to all the owners. He wants it done with a land trust. So we will continue to reopen that land trust.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
huge news. Okay, great. Yeah, I texted Deborah and never heard from her, so that's awesome.
I was just talking to her yesterday and she had just gotten hold of the guy.
Cool.
So yeah, that's another one. I mean, they're everywhere.
Mhm.
That's a big
Mhm.
deal.
And that one's where again?
It's down south. It's like 4
It's,
hours south of Sedona, just to the
yeah.
east of Phoenix. There's a mountain range and then a valley, and then it's like a looks like a really nice irrigated farmland area there. I've never been down there. I'd love to go. Everybody that's been down there loves it.
Huh.
Yeah, I think that's another place we'll need to go. And once this fellow's going back to the owners. There's several owners on the property, and they all want to do this. So it's not just a land trust, it's also something else that's I didn't know about, and I ran land trust. But it's part of it. So you become a separate entity, kind of like we talked about with Adam and the native folks.
Mhm.
So I think that's going to be another road. That's another road trip, Charlie.
Yeah, that's another nation down there. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yep.
I wonder how hot it gets there, though. You know what I'm saying? Looks like it's a hot part of the world.
If you turned your oven on and turned it up, and then climbed in it, would that be hot?
Hopefully, it's higher altitude.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the demographics of the property. It gets hot down there though.
Right.
It's kind of southeast of Phoenix, right?
I think it's like almost due east of Phoenix. I'll look it up right now. Just
Is
call it
it?
Eden
Okay.
Springs.
Okay.
You Google Eden Springs, it pops right up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I know. Yeah. So this thing is really all forming as Sodom. We are a nonprofit, so we can play that role for now. And then we'll see where it goes from there. Boy, I don't know. Is there anything else? Any questions?
I'm just
Anything?
excited to start documenting our experimentations with things. There are so
Yeah.
many people that are doing all of these things.
Yep.
And, there's YouTube videos that they're posting on, and I just want to like get things out there.
Oh,
So I feel like, I'm curious, Christina, you make great videos. So I hope
there's
you're
one.
documenting
Hey,
your land
Christina,
work too.
I know.
I got invited. Don't forget, I got invited to be in one.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm working on this like zodiac thing right now,
I'm
but
just kidding.
yeah. No, to be honest, I really haven't been. When you mentioned documenting, I'm like, I wish I did that when I went up to Landon's
Yeah.
property. And I'd be open to that, like interviewing people.
Yes.
I love interviewing people.
Yes.
And I love all of that. That's like kind of my background. So I would love to do it. Here, I guess I just kind of clown around because it's just that's my life in Camp Verde has been kind of this play experiment. But so yeah, I'm doing all of that. But I can, if you want, like start filming some of the stuff that's
Yes.
going on with growing, because it's
So,
always it's bittersweet. It's
yes.
it's hard. I mean,
Yeah.
I bought so many trees over the course of 7 years. Like I'm talking, 20 plus fruit trees, and I have 2 that are alive. So even though it would be fun to document, it's like, the humor and the drama, and the drama and the humor kind of will get it could be kind of challenging to carry that humor when you're like, like I love these trees and I'm watching them die, so
That's
um
perfect. That's
yeah.
all part of it, though. And that's
Yeah.
rebirth. Now those trees of going into the soil and composting. And yeah, there's fails, but are they really fails?
I know, that's true. Like I could definitely show my flip-flops at the end of the day with the goat heads all pressed up in them, and that could be pretty funny.
Oh yeah.
And I have like that. I have the sound chamber on my land, which sounds a lot like what that other gentleman was mentioning with the biogeometry. So I know, and I know
Yeah.
it's doing something. It's just working more with the ethereal beings more than the Veda kingdom right now here. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm open to doing all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's, you made a good point, Shami, with the documenting. So I've been documenting, Chris has been documenting, we've been doing a lot of it. And what's getting the most hits are just the little short things I'm doing in nature and the things I do with the dogs. So we ought to do more of that. And yeah, it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's success, you consider it success or a failure, or whether something's doing well, or whether we see any of the destroyers in there hacking our forest apart. Get it down, get it on pictures, get it on tape. I'm going to start a podcast again, and we'll just use it for Sodom as well. But we really need to get the word out. I am getting tons of feedback. I'm getting probably 10 times the number of views that I was getting before, because people want to be connected to the earth and they're worried about how they're going to survive later. And hell, that's our job. At least I think that's when I had the vision, that's what I saw as our job.
Just wanted to say a comment about like the bigger vision and what I'm curious about. I'm curious about
Yeah.
all the lands that are coming through, getting a sense of what land will serve what. So clarifying that not all lands could probably grow crops depending on
That
where you're.
was okay.
So
Hang on, I'll
well,
jump in for a minute. We did that
Let
in the
her,
first half.
let,
We
sorry,
did that in
Jim,
the
if
first
you
half
could,
hour.
yes, and also just let her finish her thought completely, and then we can respond to that. I understand where you're coming from, but I would rather not cut people off right in the middle.
Yeah, I don't care because it needed to be done because we have 30 minutes left. So I was just going to recap what we said before.
yeah, that would be great. You can catch me up, and also
Yep.
just
Yep.
wondering if what's on the horizon in terms of having one of these people that are either going to be contributing to purchasing the land, or once the land is purchased, having other teams take over whatever needs to be done on the land, whether it's the team for agriculture, the team for building the building. So I'm just wondering just if you've been getting in touch with those aspects as well and what's been coming through, just so I have a vision of that as well.
Yeah, perfect.
We'll
And we said earlier that some places will just be mostly education, others ceremony, and then a lot other places regenerative agriculture, permaculture. And I think as these people, as we come together and we're talking, then those groups will tend to be formed once those are in place. I personally feel like we have so many lands, like Jim was saying, about 12 properties right now, that it'd be good to focus on those properties. And Charlie was speaking of making, having documenting these like prototypes on how these worlds work together. So it feels to me like there's opportunity for land acquirement, but also like it's beautiful to just build with what we have currently, with the people that we have. So we have successful prototypes in place to ground as a groundwork foundation.
Great,
Wow.
thank you. Awesome.
So, yeah, and so I think the land group, Charlie, check me or go further with this. The land group's welcoming in anyone who shows up who wants to get into that. And the one group we didn't list there, Shami, was places to live. So some of them will also have places to live. But I think getting it down, understanding, and we're working on that now too. We're each doing an inventory of the lands that we are working with. So we have it. But then I think starting to present it around, like Ramit said, on Mondays, hell, I'm happy to go with her. And we'll do it, a dog and pony show. But it's a matter of, I don't want to stop anyone from coming on board, but we have said that the creation group putting together the initial documentation, we need to keep that pretty much where it is. Because if you get too many voices, you know what happens. You see it right here. There's so many of us talking tonight and limited time. So I think it's going to just evolve mostly by itself. At least I hope that's going to be the case. A lot of it's happening. A lot more people are showing up. People who were involved are showing up again. We have people like in Ching. He came in and what he was saying some things today that gave me really good visions of things. And Christopher likewise. So it's just keep talking amongst ourselves. And I get frustrated that I can't do 20 hours a day anymore. But I'm still good for 10.
Mm-hmm.
Shami.
Yes.
Do you guys, like
Sorry.
here in Taos, we have a Telegram group and we have different people with different land projects. And so it's like volunteer days essentially, or volunteer weekends. Like hey, this property, we're trying to build out the garden. We need irrigation this weekend. Who can come help? Do you guys have volunteer days where you invite people on your land to help with land projects?
I'll leave that one to Charlie, except as a group, we're higher above that, trying to figure out how to pull this all together first. Then
Hmm.
on each property now, there might be that sort of thing going on. Is there, Charlie?
He's out.
Where'd
He's
Charlie
in the
go?
bathroom.
Oh, whoops.
That's a really good way to start.
That's funny.
Mhm. Just a really good way to start bringing in all the energy into our local lands that are already trying to do stuff, and to like help ease the weight of how much maintenance and energy it takes to cultivate.
Hmm.
So if there's a
And this,
project, Christina, that you're like, I really want to get these planted, be like,
Mhm.
okay, this day, this time, like y'all come, let's have a potluck and friggin'
Yeah.
plant some shit.
So my issue is being in Camp Verde. So there's like telegrams, and it's mostly like Sedona folks, and
yeah,
I have
yeah.
a really hard time honestly connecting with the Camp Verdeans. Kind of what I do, it feels like just there it's a lot different. Even in the homeschool sector with my children, I kind of don't match well with the
Mm.
Cape Verde homeschoolers. So I kind of just do my own thing with my kids, and then I'll travel in and out of Sedona and kind of show up to play dates and things with those homeschool mamas. But it's kind of a weird place because I'm in the middle of everywhere, but I'm in the middle.
Yep.
So I'm a little isolated. So anytime that we do kind of reach out, it's kind of just close friends that will come. It's not really like a volunteer base thing, which would be amazing and beautiful. But and even back in the day, they had like I forget what it was called, but it was another kind of greenhouse project group, and they only wanted to work land that was in Sedona. Like
Yeah.
literally, even at that time, I was growing the most I had ever grown, and I reached out a few times, like, "Hey, we have like a farm down the street, and it's like an old lady and her daughters. They need help. How about?" But people just generally want to kind of be in Sedona, um, for kind of everything. It feels like. I don't know, Jim. Rimrock's a little bit better, but
Not much. And I think that's exactly what I'm saying. If we focus on the big picture first and pull all the properties together, they will be everywhere because they are. I mean, Charlie has some down here. I have some down here. We go to Prescott. And I think until that time, to try to go to the micro level of, oh, can I have volunteers, dilutes the energy. There are efforts here. There's that eco garden in Cottonwood, and I see periodically they have volunteer days. But I don't think there's any big piece of that. I think the people who are down here, Christina, they're more hidden.
Mm-hmm.
They're harder to find, absolutely, for sure. And yet they're watching.
Interesting.
Another
Uh-huh.
thing I'll share is I feel like it was
Okay.
specifically where I am in Camp Verde. The spiritual practices that I have are kind of very different than the majority of Camp Verdeans, because it's a highly Christian, place, and I don't want to offend other people, but I got dropped out of a homeschool group that was doing beautiful Shakespearean work, and my son was involved, and we got dropped out once people saw like me posting about the red tent and it looks a little bit witchy, and so I kind of that's
Yeah.
so that's the where the challenge is with doing the spiritual stuff as well as the gardening stuff. Like if nobody knew, I feel like that I did any kind of ceremonies, be it the Anipis or the red tents, I feel like I would get a lot more support in the Camp Verde groups, because they're very like nature-based, hands-on
Yep.
gardeners, horse people, and really great at all of that. But it's kind of a different vibe.
You
They
know,
got
it
their.
is. I think we have to keep doing what we're doing. And because if you think you get it, you can imagine what I get. And I do both and I'll continue. But even this, when we went out this weekend to the park to document, and Chris and I were there and we met up. I said this earlier, I'll just do a quickie. there was indigenous young people, part of a conservation corps. We talked to them, and this other community guy from Rimrock walked up, and he came right up to me and he goes, "Ah, Mr. Wolf, how are you?" Now, he knew me from online. I can guarantee you he did not agree with half of what I say. He was definitely one of those, but he cared about the land. And
Hmm.
that was all that mattered. We could talk. He was obviously a conservative, church-going guy from the few of the things he said, which, I'm not. But we could stand there and talk, and we did.
Mhm.
And we were both supporting these young people who were there working. And I think that's the value of, hold the faith. Yeah, it's not going to work perfect. We are what we are, but it's working. It is moving.
The gap will be bridged
Exactly.
if we
Thank you.
find the
Good
common
word.
interest.
Mhm.
Yep. We're bridges. That's what we are.
Hmm. Yes.
Well, this is great. I know we're eating a lot of the time up, and I'm sorry, but I think it's important we get to know who's who.
I think this has been a fun conversation. Honestly,
Okay,
this is
good.
great. This is great.
Good.
I'll make sure then when this, yeah, I'll get some documentation and stuff when we go and do
Yep.
things with volunteering
Uh-huh.
here. Yeah, I was just invited to something this week, but this whole rest of June is just wild, and I have to set my energetic boundaries somewhere. So, so
And
come
it's
June, I'll share.
it's only mid-May.
And it's I know it's crazy. It's like time goes by slow yet so fast. It's such a
I
trip.
know. Yeah.
Trip. But
Yep.
good.
Okay, where else? Questions, answers? Who wants to hear
Yeah,
about
anything
water?
else on this topic before we go on to any new business?
I think Chris is having a painful day today, so he's not speaking much, but he's been out there every day as well.
Then let's just maybe throw our hands up and send him some healing love to your body.
We can do that.
We love you, Chris. He's sending a lot of gold light around every joint, muscle, and bone. Sending our breath of life to you.
Cool. That's good, Shami. Thank you.
Wow.
And to everybody else, because there's a lot of people going through shit now.
Mm-hmm.
So radiate it out.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Are there any new projects, anything you guys are working on that you want to share or maybe need some support with or?
Yeah, I'll throw this out for everybody too. Some of you knew Ryan when he came before. Ryan's half Lakota, half German. Interesting mix. He was going through some personal shifts and changes and turmoil. He reconnected. I was working with him a bit. He reconnected the other day. He's going to be coming here soon, hopefully while Chris is still here. One thing he's going to do is document some of us who are older here, so we have it down in case any of us step off. But I'm also thinking, Charlie, if he wanted to document some of the lands, he's a photo documenter and mostly of indigenous work, but he'll do anything. So maybe we need to bring that to the other group and see if it makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good idea. Definitely.
I mean, when we go to funders, if you can show them a video, that's real fast. You know what they're looking at.
Show them a video.
Yeah. And if anybody
What's
else
his,
thinks,
you know his last
yeah,
name? Ryan what?
Ryan. Wait a minute. I'd never remember. You know, I don't know names. Why did you do that?
I mean,
Hold on.
I'm just doing my
I
secretary
know. I
thing,
just
you know?
kidding you. I do know.
It's Swank.
Ryan.
Swank.
Yes, thank you. Swank.
Oh. Okay, when's he coming?
We don't know yet. We're gonna when we get back from Crestone, we're gonna coordinate. Oh, why did I lose everybody again? Okay, there we are. Yeah, so it'll be pretty soon, I think, and he may come more than once. He really wants to get back in and contribute to what we're doing here.
Cool.
So
I
I mean,
think
it's
that's key. Videographers, photographers, anyone that can document, has like
yeah,
mic setup and stuff is like clutch.
yeah. It's really important right now. I can't, it's so important to get this out there. I was on a show. I was on a Zoom before this. It's a men's group, and Marcus leads it, who Chris and I both know. Um, he heard us talking. He was looking at some of my videos, and he's going, "Man, you guys motivate me. I'm going to the parks." So we went out to his parks this weekend. Turns out his parks are closed because they cut all their funding. And so he started photo documenting and putting it out there. That's what we need. I mean, that's what we need to do. He touches a bunch of people we don't, and on it goes. And it doesn't take a lot. A couple pictures says it all.
Hmm. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, what we put out there doesn't have to be
No,
perfect, and it doesn't have to be long.
right. Yep. And for those
Mhm.
of you who hate TikTok, get over it. It's big. I hated it, so I can say that.
I just uninstalled my Instagram and my Facebook temporarily.
Did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good for
Yeah,
you.
I have to keep them because we have too many groups on those too. I don't use Instagram too much, but
Got
Facebook has thousands and thousands. So yeah, Facebook is the older group, TikTok is the younger group. So you got to work both.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sweet. Um, cool. Any other new business? Any projects y'all are working on right now that you may need a little support with or just want to share?
Well, Charlie and Christina, I mean, I'll be here till next Sunday, and we're going to Crestone. So I mean, but I would love to check out your place, Charlie, because you're closer. I'm in Rimrock
Yeah.
Gym. I can come by and check out your garden and because biogeometry has something called it uses color tags, like little color stickers that you stick around your whatever your trades or the walls, and that harmonizes the space
Hmm.
and the soil. So it's a very simple thing to do.
Yeah,
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
yeah.
smart. That's
And
fun.
Christina's only about 15 minutes away.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
Yeah. We got.
And when we do that, let's document it, photo document it,
Hmm.
video.
There you go.
Yeah.
Make a
Yeah.
live. You could go live on our Instagram, Jim.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Yep. That's right.
Cool.
That'd be cool.
That. Yeah. You tell me what day I can make it work. Any day other than when these guys are being crazy. Um, but yeah, Fridays are not good anymore. Actually, Friday afternoon might be good.
Yeah. We'll talk in the text. I will get
Yeah,
the date.
Yeah.
yeah,
No.
text
Yeah.
me and we'll see.
I like that. Just throughout the day. All right,
Yeah.
put it. We
Yep.
got to. Cool.
I think we finished this part. So back to you, Shami.
Back to me.
I also heard three pillars, which I enjoyed, which is education, ceremonies, and agriculture. So right. So I think having these three pillars, I appreciate it. Just like Shume with their three. So then,
Yep.
people on here are, each having contributing to each of the three pillars, and then whoever draws, comes into the or this, circle it's feels resonating in one of the pillars or all three.
There's
I
actually
love
a
that
fourth
too.
one. There's a fourth one too. Prayer.
That's in ceremony though.
Yeah.
Mhm. They're kind of, but they don't have to be. What
That
we use,
feels-
what we used in Standing Rock was the motto I did was action, prayer, education, ceremony. So, I mean, there's sometimes we get together and we just open the pipe and do prayers. It is a ceremony.
So
So,
I would
yeah,
say art, because I'm an
absolutely.
entertainer,
Yes.
so art would be that's always a part of everything that
Yep.
we do.
Yep.
Mhm.
Art and music. And
that's been
Pink's
part of
yep,
sanctuaries for a while. There has been a
from the
creative.
beginning. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
So we do have our pillars. Our website just looks like shit. Talkie.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Somebody will appear. Actually, we have somebody involved with the land group, and I'm going to ask her to help.
Great. Honestly, if it was Squarespace, I could do it. But I hate WordPress. I just can't. It takes me so long to just make any adjustment that it drives me insane.
Yeah.
And then I just go.
WordPress
Well,
is first.
we don't want to drive you any more insane, for sure.
You think it's the worst too? Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
we just got off of our WordPress and
Ugh.
WooCommerce like today or what?
Did you
Yesterday.
really?
We
And the
wasted.
only one I know is WordPress.
Ugh. It's
Who
bad.
does yours, Charlie?
What's that?
Who does your website?
I've got a friend in town here, Miles, who I've hired to do
Okay.
SEO, and he didn't
Okay,
help
so-
us at all. And
okay.
then I just got him to shift us over to Shopify, and he did a really good job. And it looks clean and it's really good. I mean, we've only sold a few things on it so far, but I like it way more than the Woo and the WordPress. But
What's
Yeah, I
your
just want
website,
something.
Charlie?
it's called runningwatershomestead.com.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's all herbal and medicinal or mushroom and herbal and medicinal extracts and tonics. And I mean, if you're local too, we do a lot of like cannabis and CBD and all kinds of whatever you need essentially.
I
Cool.
need some mushroom coffee, Charlie.
Okay. Bet. And
We
it's
need to
good.
get him on that dandelion.
Oh yeah, the dandelion's so good. And if Christopher
Yeah.
needs any more of that CBD, let me know. I can get, if that helped him, I can get him more and some ghost pipe.
Okay. I think he's on. I'm not sure.
Okay.
And also Canva is doing, you can run your website through Canva now, which is a trip. I'm like, this world is advancing fast.
You know, I'm gonna resign from the world with all these stupid new platforms.
Crazy.
Speaking of
You got-
platforms,
Yeah.
can everyone
No.
please, before the end of the night,
Yeah.
please join the WhatsApp group we have?
Am I
Do we
Do you
have one?
guys have I can't even answer that question. So I set it up. We have different things in there to keep our organization and all these different topics like in one place. It's gonna be great. But if everyone can at least just like look at it and join the groups that you want to hear things about, it really, really would appreciate it so much.
Every chat group that comes into me, I run away from.
I know. Well, there's many other people besides you on here, so
Good. That's good. I can't deal with them. It's too much.
yeah. Cool.
I forgot we had that, truthfully, though. That's a good. Is that on our website? Oh, sorry.
Jerry, you shouldn't be closing your eyes while driving. Are you letting spirit drive right now?
Yep, he is.
Sending blessings to your travels.
I'm glad you guys can see my face now.
Yeah. Well, great. It is now 9:15. It feels like we have went over a lot. The next meeting is going to be 3 weeks from now. 1, 2, 3. That'll be June 3rd. 6, 3.
I sent out that list and I marked them all off until September.
So then that
Wow.
should have been.
June 3rd, I may be doing this trip again.
And one other thing I really need, Ramit, Jerry, and Christina. I need a good, clear photo of you and a little short bio to put up. So we know kind of what we said here, like what's your, yeah, great picture, Jerry. Someone had a picture on there before that was just an awful selfie. So please don't send me a selfie. Like just have a good
No.
photo, please.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
yeah,
Jerry,
like
send a picture of Johnny Depp.
these guys.
I'm getting goofy.
But yeah, I got nomadicbodyworks@gmail.com. Please send it to me within the next few days so I can just get you on up there.
Okay.
Thanks.
Charlie, any
kiddos should be in it
questions?
too.
Any questions from us?
Not beta.
No questions from me. No, this is great.
Okay. Yeah, good. This was good. It felt like it was time for this.
Okay. Stop.
I think we got really good momentum and it's flowing the way it needs to, and everybody's
Yeah.
doing what they can, and that's it. That's all we can do. It's coming together.
I agree. And then just be open to it happening.
Yep.
And we'll
June 3rd.
distribute
Okay.
this. We'll distribute this recording around.
Yeah, we'll have the recording and we'll have the meeting minutes in the same one, right, Jim? Let's not send a million emails. Let's just have it one together. So coordinate with me and I'll give you this document.
I like a million emails because I keep getting them wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know. We have to figure out what the hell's going on with Zoom. That's insane.
Okay.
But we will. Yeah, no, we can coordinate that. Absolutely. I'm just kidding around. Yeah, it's all coming about. This is awesome. Thank you, everybody. As the elder of the group, God, that's scary.
It is scary.
I know. I hate it, actually. But we all get our turn, right? So it's okay. The ancestors are definitely working with us. There's no question. Too many things are coming our way.
Yeah.
Okay, who's
Okay,
going to take it? Who wants to
go
take
ahead.
us
Yeah.
out?
Anyone else? What about Christina? Missed your face. Love your
Wait.
plans.
Wait, what did say it again? I'm like my kids are distracting me a lot.
Closing
I know.
prayer.
Oh, closing prayer. Okay. All right, let's just kind of take a couple breaths in gratitude for this moment that we have come together, that we took the time to show up and be with one another, to listen and hold space. Having gratitude for my brothers and sisters that are present tonight, and for the energies around us, the ancestors that were and ever will be, to God, Goddess, Creatrix, for the Creator above all, that is with us in these moments where we are dreaming together and weaving our spirits together. I'm in gratitude and honor to be with you all tonight. Just praying for a little more energy in the direction of this unified vision to become a solid, functional reality. And just many blessings to each one of you. Thank you all for being here. Aho.
To all my
That's
relations.
perfect.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Yep. Spot on.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, okay, everyone. Do the board members want to hang on for a moment or connect later?
What do we have to discuss? I can hold on for 9 more minutes.
No, let's connect later.
Sounds great. I'm tired.
Me, I'm exhausted. I
Yeah.
love you all, you guys. This
you.
is. I've been doing this for 100 years. This is an amazing group. We will get this done. We are getting it done.
Yeah, and stop the recording. And I have
Oh,
one more thing I want to
wait a minute.
one more
I
little
gotta
change
find it.
after you stop.
Okay, it stopped. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. That was the wrong thing. I told you. God. It's not fair that I grew up before any of this crap existed. Stop recording. Why does it ask me 5 times?